外带一个猪脚，一个东菠萝饭。哦，2个。
This is probably one of my favorite views of Taiwan so far. Taroko National Park was so beautiful. Baby, don't cry. Don't cry. 'Cause there's always tomorrow. Hello, I'm Alex, and I've been in Taiwan for 3 weeks now. Starting October 13th, Taiwan lifted all the quarantine restrictions. So you pretty much self-monitor your health for 7 days, but you don't have to go through any quarantine. The airport was super easy as well. They handed me a self-rapid test kit and didn't have to do any declaration forms. Just waiting for the boat test to pass by. I also recently quit my full-time job to focus more on myself and to spend more time with my grandparents and my dad here in Taiwan. It's been raining in Taipei for the past couple of days because there's a typhoon near the Philippines. I actually grew up in Taiwan for a few years before moving to the US, and I used to come visit a lot as a kid, but since COVID I haven't been back since 2019, so I'm really happy that I can spend so much time back here right now. I'm gonna try for the claw machine. Gonna try to grab this lazy sloth right here. I didn't get it. Dropped right into the hole. 2 pigs with milk cartons. Last week, my dad and I visited Taroko National Park, or 太魯閣. It's on the east side of the island and is one of 9 national parks located in Hualien County. It's known for having really steep mountains because it's above a fault line and having really dramatic gorges cut through by the Liwu River. We took a 2-hour train ride from Taipei to Hualien, and then we joined a small tour group to go into the park. I didn't have much expectations, but Taroko National Park was so beautiful. We drove along an old military highway that was built by the army back in the 1960s, and then stopped by a bunch of viewpoints along the way. Our first stop was Shakadang. This is probably one of my favorite views of Taiwan so far. The trail follows along the river and goes on the edge of a cliff, and you see fantastic views along the entire way. You see crystal clear turquoise colored water as well as giant marble that's been caused by the erosion over millions of years. Afterwards, we went to Yanzikou. The history is that millions of years ago, there were a lot of swallows who came here, dug holes in the rocks, and built nests. But since people moved in, they left and were left the holes. The gorge here is much steeper, and you can see the Liwu River flowing right below it. And you can see that it's caused the rock to have different shapes and different colors due to years of erosion. We had to wear helmets here in case of falling rocks. After a really delicious $6 lunch buffet, we went to the Tunnel of Night Turns. This is a narrow section of the gorge, which means the river flows the fastest and it's also the windiest. We walked along the old military highway that zigzagged along the cliffs, and you can see the cracks in the rocks from the fault lines and from the army digging these tunnels for the roads. And lastly, we stopped by a shrine to remember all the people who died while building the highway. In the 60s, they didn't have a lot of technology, so everything was built by explosive and digging by hand. I've been to Taroko National Park about 10 years ago, and I'm really glad I was able to go back this year. It has fantastic views everywhere in the park, really friendly people, and it's really cool to learn about the history of the park and the people who used to live here. Stay tuned for more Taiwan vlogs, since I'll be in Taiwan for another few weeks.